Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure actually to be here with all the developers, AI innovators, and researchers. Actually, I came from the hardware side of the ecosystem. You might be wondering why I'm here. But actually today, more than ever, I think software and hardware are inseparable. AI is forcing us to rethink how we should bring hardware, software, and the whole AI ecosystem together so that we can match this unprecedented innovation in the industry. So today, that's what I'm going to cover. And hopefully at the end of the session, you'll be inspired to join us to build the open AI ecosystem together so that we can bridge the gap between ideas to hardware, between intelligence to data center, between developers to infrastructure. So before I actually dive into the presentation, since my company is a hardware company, I want to do a brief introduction. So Supermicro has been around for 32 years. Our founder, CEO Charles Liang, started the company in 1993 with a small group of engineers, just like many of your AI startups here as well. And then actually what's remarkable is that after 32 years, he still runs the company. He's actually one of the two tech leaders who still run the company after 32 years. Another one, yes, is Jason at NVIDIA. So after we started as a motherboard company, we actually evolved into a server company. And actually now we are an AI infrastructure company. We deployed the largest liquid cooled solution of the time, 100,000 GPU within a record 122 days. That's unheard of. And that's something also I want to brag about. Now back to my presentation. I had the privilege to talk to quite some of the AI developers. I tried to understand what their developer experience will look like. And this is what I heard from them. Okay, the project started with a lot of excitement. So many open source models out there, so many great ideas out there. Let's start the project and build our AI, excuse me, and build our AI solution. But then from there, then you realize, oh wait, I need a lot of GPUs to actually do my training and inferencing. And then start from there, there's a downhill emotion change because you started to find, oh, I struggle to get access to the GPUs. When I try to set up my environment, I miss a driver, breaking dependency, or missing libraries or framework. Days or even weeks passed before you can do any development work. So that's tough. Finally, you get your developer experience set up, life is good. Because now you can do what you're good at, develop the code, build your AI application. Finally, milestone achieved, code is built. Let's push to production. Drama again. How come it doesn't work? Oh wait, it actually worked. Just take way long to get the output compared with what I see in the development environment. So I saw a hand, but it didn't hand, it worked. So with that, next question is, what's the ideal frictionless AI developer experience shall look like? I'm a product manager, so we always do this divergence exercise. Imagine you have magic. What perfection should look like? Now, to start with one command, either it could be a CLI command or a click or even a voice command, I should be able to access the hardware I want, ready and optimized. And then one more click or one more command, voice, then I will be able to have my preferred developer experience ready at hand with the right environment, right library, even the data pipeline linked so that I can do my development work. And also with all the virtual agent assist right next to me, I do my developer work at ease. So finally, when I'm done with my development work, one more command. It's going to be in production, running with the same behavior as what I see in my development environment. But to achieve this kind of frictionless developer experience, it doesn't happen by accident. It takes a whole ecosystem, hardware, software, AI developers, researchers. We need all work together to remove friction at each layer of the stack. So these are some of the companies I personally work with the goal to remove the friction at every layer of the full stack. So we want to build an ecosystem where we can enable the frictionless AI builder experience that I briefly described. So now I want to share the experience I've worked with all these partners with you here. Start with ourselves. So we are a hardware company. So we build hardware, but we don't stop there. For over the years, we realized actually to deliver a unified solution to our customer is super, super important. As in the last 2 years, actually, we've seen AI evolution happen very quickly. Start with perception AI, gave way to generative AI, and generative AI gave way to agentic AI. Very soon, agentic AI will give way to physical AI. So the fast evolution of AI forced us to rethink how we should design, deploy, and operate the AI infrastructure itself. So at Supermicro, our philosophy is very simple. Design everything in-house, develop better and more efficient product, and deliver faster. So with that principle, we come up with this data center building block solution. The concept here is very much like the software modularized design, but only for us. CPU is a module, GPU is a module, networking is a module, storage is a module. Your data center power and cooling is a module, deployment is a module, on-site services is a module, and also the software actually manage all those hardware assets is a module as well. So with all this modularized approach, we are able to deliver the unified solution at unprecedented speed. Plus, there's reliability and quality as well come with the reusable components, just like software development you experienced. Of course, this we cannot do by ourselves. We partner very closely with AMD. We have multi-decades of partnership with AMD, go way back before even GPU was a buzzword. So we've been collaborating with AMD along the CPU journey where your general compute, data processing, or even many other workloads are happening. So as a matter of fact, we hold more than 70 plus work record when we're benchmarking our CPU server. So they cover the spec, the database benchmarking, Java application benchmarking, many of them. Now, moving to the GPU, we have been the first to market with all the AMD Instinct series. You've heard about MI300. Then we are also the first one to the market with MI355X, the air-cooled MI350, and the latest liquid-cooled MI355X with 288 gig of memory. So with that, we are trying to build the advanced technology that's going to help the AI developer community here. Now, I covered the hardware itself, but wait, the hardware itself won't solve the whole puzzle of the ecosystem. What about the accessibility? That's where we actually work very closely with our NeoCloud partner. Here, Voucher is one of the examples. Voucher actually has 32 global data centers across the globe. They actually connected with local latency. So you can imagine you have global reach, but with local accessibility. So one of the things actually Voucher stand out, at least to, based on my perspective, is that they really actually provide the secure and data awareness of their infrastructure. We know in the AI world, not only model is your IP, data is your IP as well. We've been hearing a lot about the sovereign AI. That's actually Voucher is going to help with you all with the global reach of the data center infrastructure. They actually comply with all the data policies such as GDPR in Europe, LGBT in Brazil. If you're familiar with SOC 2 Type 2, various ISO compliance, Voucher have them all. So for developer, this is a game changer. Another partner, Tencent Wave. Tencent Wave pushed the boundary of performance, speed, as well as scalability. They deployed the largest MI355X cluster in their data center. And they're also the first to deploy the MI355X with AMD AI NIC in their data center. Unheard of speed. As a matter of fact, actually Modular, a startup company as well, was able to use their cloud instance to do MI355X inferencing workload. Amazing. Now, I actually want to move up the stack a little bit because here the developers might be wondering, okay, how you guys can work with us to be able to build up the ecosystem together. So the company you're looking at, Palvation, is a company in Germany I work with. They actually provide out-of-box agentic AI experience. So you can log into an app, pick a template, and start to build your AI agent quickly. So what stands up actually in this story is how, as a community, we work together. Because Voucher is a company in Germany, and Q2 this year, there was an event in Germany. And they do not have the latest MI325X to do the demo. And our partner, Voucher, stand up. They provide the instance for them to deploy the application, and they were able to demo their application in the IC Europe. So that's what we mean when we say the power of partnership. So next one, Metron AI. So Metron AI is another AI startup we work closely together. They're also building multi-agent, security agents, supervisor agent, various task agent. But one more thing actually we do together. This is the agent that actually monitor the underneath infrastructure. So we know that there's no leakage when we do liquid cool solution, and then the system is getting fully utilized when you actually run your multi-agent application on the hardware. So all this agent can work in harmony together and make the most out of your utilization of the expensive GPUs. I still remember one of the exercises we were doing. We said, okay, if we have a model, 357 billion parameter, if we do FP16, we'll need 714 gig of memory to start with for the model weight. And then with all the headers, and then with all the KV cache, probably we'll need 4 nodes to even actually inference the model. But guess what? Let's automate it. And then indeed, we automate that effort. Again, another example as to how, as a community, we want to work together. We want to understand the developer's experience and pain point so that we can work together to build a better ecosystem. One more data point I want to share here is actually the benchmark result from semi-analysis. You can see actually over a week, 6 to 10% performance improvement. I think, again, let's highlight the power of open source and the open community. I think earlier Simon also mentioned that Inference Max, this is a new framework and which allow us to continuously improve the benchmarking rather than just half a year, a quarter type of benchmarking. This one, the result get pushed out every week. So lastly, to bring all this together, right? From silicon to system, from system to data center cluster, from data center cluster to all the AI developers, we are part of the innovation chain. So Supermicro and AMD, we deliver the infrastructure. And all the CSP, the NeoCloud, they provide the global accessibility to all the developers here. And of course, innovation won't happen without all the AI developers. So let's work together. And then let's work together to deliver the frictionless experience I was described at the beginning of the presentation. So one thing definitely you can do today is to scan the barcode. These are the free access to the POC. MI325X, MI350X, and the latest MI355X. So let's work together, bridge the gap between hardware, infrastructure, and software. Thank you.